You may be seated. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 2025 Community Spirit Awards. I'm Allison Knodel, your City Councilor responsible for civic functions in Medicine Hat. We will start this evening with a land acknowledgement. The City of Medicine Hat acknowledges that we live and work on treaty territory. The city pays respect to all Indigenous people and honors their past, present, and future. We recognize and respect their cultural heritages and relationships to the land. And usually it's Mayor Clark that says that. We are here this evening to celebrate the exemplary individuals and groups whose efforts have elevated the spirit of the community. The dedication and commitment of these people is what makes Medicine Hat a wonderful place to call home. Tonight we will recognize and celebrate 10 individuals, to my right, who have played pivotal roles in enriching the fabric of our community and enhancing the quality of life in Medicine Hat. We will present awards of service in the areas of arts and culture, community inclusion, compassion, environment, sports and recreation, and we will also present awards of excellence, the Changemaker and the Heart of Medicine Hat Awards. Please join me in officially welcoming and congratulating the 2025 Community Spirit Award recipients. I would like to take a moment to acknowledge some other special guests that have joined us this evening. First, Mayor Lindsay Clark, the end of the row there, Councillor Allison Van Dyke, Councillor Andy McGrogan, MLA Justin Wright, and any other past Community Spirit Award members that are in the crowd. If everyone can just give a little wave, that would be awesome. Thank you. That's awesome. And of course, thank you to all of you who came to celebrate the recipients this evening. Let us now pay tribute to the great country that we live in, Canada. Please stand as Randy Feary leads us in singing "O Canada."
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love, in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Thank you, Randy. I will now invite Mayor Lindsay Clark to come to the podium and offer greetings on behalf of City Council in the community of Medicine Hat.
Thank you very much, Councillor Knodel. Good evening and welcome to the 2025 Community Spirit Awards. I would like to welcome all of you here to celebrate with us, including members of council, Community Spirit Awards Selection Committee, family, friends, and members of the community. Your support of these people that are up here today is part of the reason why they are able to do what they do. And to our guests of honor this evening, our 2025 Community Spirit Awards recipients. Welcome and congratulations to all of you. Tonight, we gather to celebrate some of the extraordinary residents of Medicine Hat. We are about to witness the stories of individuals whose actions embody leadership, volunteerism, passion, devotion, and creativity. They serve as catalysts of innovation and bearers of community pride, contributing to the growth and vibrancy of our community. These exceptional individuals are the living embodiment of the spirit that makes Medicine Hat truly unique. Each of our recipients has played a pivotal role in shaping our community, making it safer, stronger, healthier, more inclusive, and more beautiful. This evening, we honor the many contributions they have made to our community. As we sit back tonight and hear more about our award winners and the impact they've had, I hope that each of us feels a spark of inspiration to channel our own passions and creativity for the betterment of our community. To all of you, thank you. I am genuinely pleased to be here with you to celebrate your numerous accomplishments. Each day, you rise to the occasion and make Medicine Hat an even more wonderful place to call home, and for that we are all thankful. Your dedication and contributions are greatly appreciated by us, all of us in this community. And one of the things that's resonated with me over the past 4 years of having the opportunity to work with such special contributors to our community is that no one up here had to do any of the things that they did. They were not forced to, and they probably did so at personal sacrifice. That is incredibly honorable, and it is truly inspiring. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Clark. Since 1979, more than 160 civic awards have been awarded to date, recognizing dedicated community contributors and their efforts and enhancements to the quality of life in Medicine Hat. This year, the process of selecting the awards began about 6 months ago through a nomination process, and recipients were announced in the fall. City Council has an established set of criteria that must be met for a nomination to exist for these esteemed awards. So nominees may be residents of Medicine Hat, Redcliffe, or Cypress County, as long as their contribution benefits the City of Medicine Hat. Awards may be made posthumously, and nominators spend time completing the application form, writing a letter of support, and compiling a brief biography of the nominee. The Community Vibrancy Award and the counselor responsible for civic functions, which is myself in this case, carefully reviewed each of the applications and made a recommendation of who should be recognized to City Council, where they are formally approved and publicly announced. I would like to thank the following Community Vibrancy Advisory Board members for taking the time to make this event possible: Brooke Sadin, Carissa Sievers, Darlene Keeler, Jessica Whitford, Jill Reed, Katie Smith, Maria Howie, and Mary Tulip. To those who I just named, would you please give us a small wave or stand up if you're comfortable so we can share our gratitude. We'll now begin with the presentation of our awards. We will start with the awards of service. Awards of service are given to an individual, an organization, or a business who, outside of their core business, has made a major contribution to enhance quality of life in Medicine Hat in one of the following areas: arts and culture, civic pride, community inclusion, compassion, environment, sports and recreation, or volunteerism. As we go through the awards this evening, I will share an introduction of each recipient and their contribution, and then we'll ask Mayor Clark and the recipient to come forward to the small X's on the stage, and they will have their photo taken. While I'm talking about the individual, I will ask that you'll all stay seated. This allows you to relax, hopefully, as much as they can be relaxed while everyone's staring at them. And then you can receive your award. So with that, let's get started. Our first award winner this evening is in the category of arts and culture and was nominated by Robin Rosenberger. Our recipient is Bev Duke. Sure. For many decades, Bev has been leading within Medicine Hat arts and culture community, exemplifying collaboration and a community-first approach. She has been a driving force behind the Hat Art Club, and she has served on the executive board of the Hat Art Club and founded the Calligraphy Guild, otherwise known as the Pen Dancers. Under her leadership, she opened the art club to non-members, allowing them to access classes offered through the club. During COVID-19, Bev and her team pivoted and developed a website and online platform for art classes to continue despite the pandemic restrictions, a testament to her devotion for seeing arts and culture available to Medicine Hat. Bev has worked as a connector between numerous clubs to co-promote and collaborate, including supporting other clubs, like the Photography Club, when they needed support to continue. Bev has chaired numerous successful events like Art in the Park, and as part of her executive role, Bev also co-led the popular Craft Commingle, an event that ran at the Esplanade. It is a common sight to find Bev at the Cultural Center, the Medicine Hat Stampede Art Show, or a local exhibition showing people around or explaining art techniques. She is a true ambassador for arts and culture in this city. Bev is a kind, warm, and caring person. She is always quick with a smile and very welcoming to new art club members. She encourages everyone in their art practice and helps others when needed. Bev's volunteer dedication is tireless. Wherever she sees a need, she pitches in to make it happen. She was described by her nominator as 1 in a million, when many clubs struggle to find volunteers to do all the things. Outside of her impact on arts and culture in Medicine Hat, Bev worked for decades as a social worker until retiring in 2014. In this work, she led the Women's Shelter, worked with Child Protection Services, helped rewrite Alberta's Child Protection Act, founded a legal guidance center, and a women's self-help group. Some of these experiences no doubt contributed to her skills in rewriting the art club's bylaws. I would now like to invite Bev and Mayor Clark to center stage, and we will all celebrate Bev in her award this evening.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Your Worship, Mayor Clark, councillors, fellow recipients, and the standing committee members of the awards. I would like to express my sincere gratitude for the honor of being identified as a Community Spirit Award recipient. I would also like to express my gratitude to my nominator, Robin Rosenberger, who submitted my name as a potential candidate and found the time in her very busy schedule to complete the process of nominating me. I know it was a lot of work that went into the submission. I would also like to thank my husband and my family for supporting the work I do in the community, often getting pulled in to be the extra bootlegged helping hands. I've been thinking a lot about what I should say tonight, and I have been doing some reflecting about the things I have been involved in, both here and throughout my journey in life in other communities. One of my first forays into building community was probably when I was about 16 years old. I got a group of my high school friends together to push for the city of Weyburn, Saskatchewan, to develop a youth coffee house. We succeeded, and I think I've always been a doer and an organizer, and probably where it all started. My involvement with the arts community in Medicine Hat started in 1992 when we moved here from Edmonton. I was trying to find out if there was a local calligraphy guild, because I'm a calligraphy geek. I love paper, I love writing. And sadly, there wasn't one to be found. But I was able to connect with the incredible staff of the Cultural Center, and the city staff at one time actually had their offices out of the Cultural Center, as well as Kathy Copperwood from Continuing Studies at the college. All of these individuals supported my efforts to establish a local calligraphy group and helped me get the people together, those who were interested in calligraphic and lettering arts. I might have had the spark or the idea, but there was always someone beside me to help explore the possibilities and to eventually build the Penn Dancers Calligraphy Guild. I've had the privilege to serve 2 terms as the president of THAD Art Club, once from 1999 to 2002, and again at the beginning of COVID. Nobody that agreed to serve on the board in 2020 ever thought that we would be leading an organization through a pandemic. But together with 3 other incredible women, who I want to acknowledge tonight, and they are Julie Downey Hogland, Cheryl Ritz, and Charlie Wilson Barella. We pulled together and we did some major shifts within the organization, how it was restructured in order to deliver art classes. In order to remain relevant and connected to our members, it was really an essential part of keeping the group together. I'm most proud of this small group of people who served our community in a time of unprecedented crisis. We thought big and we shot for the stars. We went from a club with no social media or internet presence and only serving members in the studio to a club offering free online classes to our members and to the public. Having the ability to access online classes opened up a whole new world for the art club. We grew the club to the point where we literally had members and participants from all the provinces in Canada and throughout the United States, and also as far away as Dubai. We were pretty proud, but it took a dedicated team to make this shift happen in order to remain relevant not only to our community, but as well to expand our capacity and influence. This is one of our biggest achievements at the THAD Art Club, an accomplishment that I'm most proud of. It takes a village. My accomplishments have always been the accomplishments of many supporters and people standing alongside me working together. I believe firmly in collaboration and community engagement. That was part of my job as a social worker for the past 10 years, in building community together. It is in the connections and the relationships and the dreaming together that we create opportunities we could not have otherwise achieved. I think as Hatters, we miss opportunities because as organizations, we are too often inwardly focused and siloed, and we miss incredible possibilities of coming together to build something even bigger than our wildest dreams. I still have dreams about strengthening our collaborations between the artists and our community at large. Those of us at Artists need to desperately continue to highlight how important the role of arts and culture plays in building a truly vibrant, engaged community, one where people proudly move and are proud to live. How dull would our downtown core feel without those incredible murals created by local artists? How incredible are the evenings that we spend together at Pechakucha that fills the Esplanade studio? Learning about our community and building culture connectedness, it takes a village of dreamers and doers. So I say to each and every one of you, go and dream big, and then find someone like-minded who thinks the same as you are, who dreams as big as you do, and create the dream together. Thank you again for this incredible honor. I just want to warn the Esplanade staff who've been so supportive of my silly dreams and silly ideas as well. They've got more to come. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bev. It's hard not to feel emotional when listening to these stories. Our next award of service is in the category of community inclusion. And we have 3 recipients. The first is Davy James. The nomination came from Jackie Middleton. Davy's contributions over the years have been both impactful and transformative. Many have had the privilege of witnessing his tireless dedication to fostering community partnerships, cultural understanding, and inclusivity. His work has left an indelible mark on the people and organizations he has worked with. Part of that comes from a great sense of humor, by the way. Davy's extensive expertise in community engagement and cultural competency has been evident throughout his various roles, from his work with the Medicine Hat Skateboard Association as an Indigenous inclusion consultant with White Horse Rider, to his past work as a cultural coordinator with the Maiwasan Friendship Center. His passion for driving innovative initiatives that bridge social gaps and promote inclusivity is evident in everything that he does. Whether organizing impactful workshops, leading local campaigns, or working closely with Indigenous groups and elders, Davy consistently strives to enhance understanding and strengthen connections within the community. Davy's commitment to supporting vulnerable populations is particularly noteworthy, whether he is facilitating collaboration between local nonprofits over coffee, offering support to a teenager in crisis, or attending events to uplift others. His passion for creating positive change is truly inspiring. His recent leadership with the End Period Poverty campaign in partnership with the Root Cellar and several community organizations is a testament to his ability to mobilize resources and make a tangible difference. Under his leadership, the campaign saw a remarkable increase in the products collected, more than doubling the total from the previous year. Beyond his work with the Indigenous inclusion and advocacy for vulnerable populations, Davy has proven to be a leader in various community projects. He has been instrumental in organizing events such as the Canada Day celebrations, leading youth retreats, and chaperoning trips to Mexico, where local youth helped build homes for families in need. He also ensures that no one is left behind, offering support to those who need prom dresses, period products, food, or a safe space. In his role with the Medicine Hat Skateboard Association, Davy's impact has extended far beyond skateboarding. Through his leadership, the association has become a place where both youth and adults, especially those who may otherwise feel marginalized, can find a sense of belonging. Davy is a constant presence for those in need, and his compassion and commitment to service make him a valuable asset in our community. His advocacy for underserved youth is unwavering, and he consistently steps in when there's no one else to advocate for them. His ability to identify gaps in the community and address them with meaningful initiatives demonstrates his dedication to creating an inclusive and inviting environment for all. Davy James, please join Mayor Clark at the X, and we will celebrate your achievements this evening.
Oh, you almost got me there. You almost got, oh, the tear was right. It was ready. It was ready. Oh, geez. How do you follow up with the queen of calligraphy? Forget graffiti, skateboarders. It's all about calligraphy. Okay. Well, thank you. This is kind of wild. I never thought, skateboarding would lead me here. Getting an award from the city instead of getting yelled at by a mall cop, so that's cool. I'm gonna try to be quick. Okay, my story started as a youth. My life was on a pretty weird trajectory. I was angry, I was lost, I was self-destructive. My loving adoptive parents, Neil and Bonnie Hagley, they made like a Hail Mary move. They sent me to skateboard camp out at Eagles Nest Ranch, just like 45 minutes outside of town here. Yeah, they were just hoping things might turn around. I was just a wild kid. And yeah, it worked. Skateboarding, it gave me focus, it gave me community and purpose. Gave me a place to belong when I didn't know where I fit. I found the mountain winds of Lethbridge blow me back to the hat any friggin' chance that I could get. I've spent about 20 years off and on Medicine Hat skateboarding community. It's been the backbone of who I've become. Weird guy, but yeah. You know, through the Skateboard Association, I've had a chance to travel on humanitarian trips, to lead youth, to help others, and in doing that, I've found some healing. One of the many people from this community who changed my life is T. Terrence Kowalchuk, one of the OG members of the association. Terrence, your guidance and your belief in me has made a difference that I'll never forget. We're absolute polar opposites, okay, in a lot of ways. But it's taught me the importance of searching for commonalities, you know, and focusing on the concept of being a part of something way bigger than yourself. There's lots of in-between, you know. I went back to Lethbridge to pursue my education, you know, but Medicine Hat was just illuminated in my mind. You know, I was yearning to be back in this community that I felt so much a part of, making sure to spend all my summers back here in the Hat. So let's fast forward to the last 6 years. I've been on this healing journey, reconnecting with, you know, my Indigenous roots. You know, the Meows and Friendship Center has been so great. My mentor, Brenda Mercer, an incredible human being that put me, you know, back in touch with reality, really. You know. My elder, Charlie Fox. You know, I've learned more about who I am and where I come from and what community on this land truly means. My absolutely favorite thing to do is mess up with my Indigenous teachings, because I'm learning, and learning means moving forward. It's way better than sitting idle. The teachings, the ceremonies, the protocols, they've taught me discipline, respect, and patience. 3 things that I absolutely do not carry in my natural toolkit. So, yeah, it's pretty healthy for me. It's really healthy for me. I have the privilege of scouting the talent and sitting on the board that is our current Canada Day Society. You know, it's like a superhero team. Pardon my illusions of grandeur, but I feel like it's like an Avengers-style team of people from so many unique walks of life. Shout out, Darlene. I get to contribute to the celebrations of our very beautiful and diverse nation right here in Medicine Hat. Also, shout out Yusuf Muhammad for City Council. Also note that I sit on the Chief Advisory Board with the Medicine Hat Police Department. Ooh. Medicine Hat Police Force is absolutely the new meta for its inclusivity in our province, giving me, an Indigenous skateboarder, a spot at the table. You know, a voice to, you know, a spot to voice my concerns and opinions when it comes to real issues in our community, and I see a lot of them, for sure. I've come to see my life as a story within a story. People see me volunteering, organizing, building community, but what drives me isn't necessarily the spotlight. I do love the spotlight, though, don't get me wrong. But it's belonging. This is what it all comes down to. The volunteerism, the projects, late nights with struggling youth, they all come from this deep desire to be a part of something good. And I can say that with all my heart, there's no place I'd rather belong, and no place is full of the potential of doing good than here in Medicine Hat. It hasn't all been butterflies and rainbows, total transparency. I've had my share of heartbreak, and I absolutely wrestle with like serious depression and chronic pain. You know, coincidentally, you know, concrete isn't that soft to land on, so. You know, a few years back, I started this promotions agency, or what you could call like a music collective, with two of my other friends, Curtis Windover and Christian Ellis, also running for council. Might I note? Is this just like a politician thing? It was called Fictional Bookings. We rented out a creative space for musicians, videographers, and labels to just do their thing. And then, right on cue, the world shut down for COVID. My timing was absolute dog crap. But instead of giving up, we pivoted, you know? We started streaming local music shows. You know, this whole journey has shown me how much incredible talent just lives right here in this city. I can't walk through Medicine Hat without seeing potential. You know, the empty storefronts, the parks, the people, the playful side of me just wants to keep finding excuses to bring everyone together, celebrate, to dance, to laugh, to make the most of the little time that we got. Before I wrap this up, I want to thank Jackie Middleton. Where's Jack at? Thank you so much for, give me a little platform to say a few things. Thanks for coming out, Captain Kirk. That's my little brother over there. Thanks for celebrating with me tonight, all the youth that are here. You know, the Skateboard Association's like a second family. And just thank you, everyone who keeps the fire lit under me, even when I start to burn out. Big thank you to my landlords for being patient with all those community service related rent delays. Promise I'm not a bad tenant, I'm just a busy one. From the bottom of my heart, thank you, Medicine Hat. Thank you for giving me a place to grow, to fail, to learn, to belong. This award has my name on it. I think so anyways, yeah. But actually it's ours. It's to everyone who supported me and to all the Med Hatters that I still have to meet. So just thank you. All right, enough is enough.
The tear that you averted, it found me. Our second award of service for community inclusion goes to the co-recipients, Julie Lacasse and Dan Hager. Julie and Dan were nominated by Chris Christie for their project Cycling Without Age. Julie had an exceptional career as a registered dietitian and quality improvement professional with Alberta Health Services. But it's in her retired life that Julie has impacted the lives of so many isolated seniors in residential facilities, especially in the aftermath of COVID-19. The devastating effect of the lengthy lockdowns on those in residential facilities was a prime motivator for Julie to start a Medicine Hat chapter of Cycling Without Age. Cycling Without Age is an international movement that started in Copenhagen. It's a way for seniors who reside in residential facilities to get back on a bicycle despite limited mobility. Some of the posts on social media, if you have a chance, they are very, very special. Cycling Without Age gives participants the right to feel the wind in their hair, the right to experience their city and nature up close from their bicycle, and the opportunity to tell their stories in the environment where they have lived their lives. As a lifelong avid cyclist, Julie was aware of the program and felt that it could be successful in Medicine Hat, given our wonderful trail system and large amount of seniors. Julie recruited several other retirees who shared the same vision. Like Dan, and together they found the funds and sponsors to purchase 4 rickshaws, trishaws, including all the necessary equipment and supplies, over $50,000. Recruited and trained over 30 volunteer pilots, and worked collaboratively with Bike Medicine Hat and several seniors' residences to implement the program. Where Julie worked in the health sector, Dan had an exceptional career as a dual-ticketed tradesman in the electrical and instrumentation field, working at Pembina Pipeline, Fox Canada, and Medicine Hat College. As he neared retirement, and as an avid cyclist himself, Dan had experienced the impact of COVID-19 on his own aging parents and found an affinity with Cycling Without Age. While Julie was developing the Cycling Without Age program, the crucial technical knowledge and experience related to e-bikes, repair, maintenance, and pilot training were equally as important. It was a great relief when Dan signed on to head that essential part of the program. Not only did Dan take the lead for all the technical requirements, he also actively promoted, fundraised, and worked collaboratively with the facilities in all aspects of the program. The logistics of it were daunting, but Julie's exceptional leadership and attention to detail, from risk management to a computerized booking system for pilots and riders, to free ice cream cones, courtesy courtesy of the Crescent Heights Dairy Queen, laid a solid foundation. Dan has helped train and continue to mentor over 30 volunteer Trishaw pilots, maintains 4 Trishaws, the most of any new Cycling Without Age chapter, and continues to provide input into the troubleshooting, monitoring, and evaluation along with Julie. Together, they have brought an incredible program to Medicine Hat that is 100% volunteer-driven to benefit seniors residing in facilities. Today, the 4 Trishaws are active at the Cypress View Foundation, the Wellington, Medicine Hat Care Community, and Meadow Ridge facilities. It's a way for seniors to get back on a bicycle despite limited mobility. Julie and Dan are examples of an outstanding contribution to the community, bringing joy, inclusion, and a fuller participation in life to an often forgotten sector of our community, seniors in residential facilities. Julie Lacasse and Dan Hager, would you please join Mayor Clark at center stage while we celebrate your accomplishments for this evening?
Well, Dan and I are very honored to receive this Community Inclusion Award tonight. We would like to definitely talk about how it all started, because we received a substantial amount of money from the Community Foundation of Southern East Alberta that allowed us to buy our first 2 Trishaws and also gave us the fund to get the program started. We needed insurance, we needed so many different, an online system, and we needed equipment, we needed to train people, volunteers, so it was very welcome. At the same time almost, we also received funding, sponsorship money to buy a 3rd Trishaw from Pembina Pipeline Corporation, and we also received money from International Petroleum Corporation to buy a 4th Trishaw. So we were the first city in Canada to start Cycling Without Age with 4 Trishaws. So that was very exciting. I have to say that today I was doing some stats, and I saw that since the beginning in 2023, we gave 325 rides to residents in Medicine Hat. This is quite an accomplishment, yes. None of those rides would have been possible without the support of staff working in the facilities, because this was added to their full-time job. So internally, they had to promote the program, they had to recruit residents, they had to make sure they are registered, they bring them to make sure they're at the door when the ride is coming. So they're doing a tremendous amount of work. But the heart of the program is also our volunteer pilots that receive training and are so dedicated to give time from their personal life to come and bring people for a bicycle ride. They do get a lot in return. I would like to maybe read a small quote from one of our volunteer pilots. "I can't even explain the feeling of satisfaction and what my resident passenger gave me in return without even knowing it. Thank you for providing me this opportunity to give back to the community." So this speaks volume about the experience that our volunteer pilots are doing. I also want to say that beside the volunteer pilots, there's a lot of other volunteers for bike mechanics, for social media, volunteers for different other, like drone flying, for instance, the volunteer for fundraising. So all these moving parts are required to make the program successful. I would also like to thank DC, Dairy Queen from Grill and Chill from 8th Street Northwest. They gave us over 300 ice cream cones to the Cycling Without Age passengers going by their store, which is often a driving force for the residents to go on a ride. I would also like to invite you to visit our website, because you're going to see lots of stories, beautiful pictures, some drone shots, and also if you're interested to become a volunteer, you can always see what it entitles. Dan, would you like to add something?
I told Julie I was going to say ditto, but we started in 2022 when we got our first bike. And we were a bit excited. It was in the fall, but so we didn't have an opportunity to ride it. Julie gave me a hand to put it together, and they take about 8 hours, and they come in 3 big boxes. And so we're in the process of building these bikes, and a washer drops. She didn't know I was going to tell this story. We couldn't find it. We looked for 15 or 20 minutes, and I said, "Okay, I'll just get another one." So we wrapped up for the day. I get home and I get a text from Julie, and she said, "I found the washer. It was in my shoe." So every time something's missing, I always say, "Look in your shoe." So just the bikes, they were started in Cypress View first, and I just last checked, I think there was about 1,800 kilometers put on the 2 bikes. So that's equivalent of going to Calgary and back 3 times. So it's a lot of riding. So if you see the trishaw out on the highway to go into Calgary, stop them and tell them to turn them around. So anyway, also just a note, I got involved in Cycling Without Age. I was just going to be entering retirement, and I was excited to share the kitchen with my wife, and she says, "Look what I found for you." So, anyways, thank you, Michelle.
Just a girl crying behind a black curtain. Thank you both. Our next award of service is in the category of compassion, and we also have 2 recipients. The first is Shay Fedorik, nominated by Christina Hyde. Shay exemplifies compassion in every aspect of her life. As a full-time grade 2 teacher at Ross Glen School, she nurtures young learners daily, creating a classroom environment built on kindness, patience, and genuine care for each student. Outside of school, Shay continues to pour her heart into the community through her photography business. Creativity in action. which she uses as a platform for fundraising and giving back. Over the past 3 years, Shay has raised nearly $13,000 for the Santa Claus Fund through her popular Gifts for Pictures events. These initiatives bring families together during the holiday season, ensuring that local children receive gifts and support at a time when it matters most. In 2025, she hosted 2 additional fundraisers, Pets and Portraits for APARC and Black and White Photos for the Root Cellars Brown Bag Lunch Program, donating 100% of the proceeds from each event. Shay is not motivated by recognition or praise. She gives because it's in her nature. Her energy is contagious, her dedication is inspiring, and her efforts create real, tangible outcomes for families, animals, and individuals in need. She uses her talent as a tool for change. Medicine Hat is a better, more caring place because of Shay. She truly embodies the spirit of this award. I would like to invite Shay and Mayor Clark to center stage, and I would like to invite the audience to celebrate Shay and her Spirit Award for Compassion.
Good evening, everyone. I'm truly honored to be standing here tonight to receive the Compassion Award. To be honest, recognition is the last thing I ever expect, so being up here feels both humbling and overwhelming. Everything I've always done has come from my heart, never with the thought of awards or accolades. 4 years ago, I started a small fundraiser called Gifts for Pics, as was mentioned. The idea was simple. Families could bring a Christmas gift to donate, and in return, I would capture their photos. What started as a small act of kindness has grown into something truly special. Over the years, I've had the privilege of meeting so many families, seeing familiar faces return each season, and watching the impact of this event grow. In the last 3 years, my Photos with Santa fundraiser has blessed children with a magical Santa experience, while all proceeds have been donated to the Santa Claus Fund to ensure every child wakes up with the magic of Christmas morning. As also was mentioned, I've extended my photography to support other local causes close to my heart. My pet pictures for donations, I had the joy of capturing all types of pets, bunnies, dogs, cats, and ages of pets. And honestly, seeing the love people have for their animals has been one of the most heartwarming parts of this journey. Another initiative I'm proud of fundraising for was the Root Cellar. I hosted the Black and White Kids mini sessions and donated every dollar raised to the Brown Bag Lunch program. That cause was especially meaningful to me because I see firsthand every day how many students rely on that program every single day. Most recently, I had the most amazing opportunity to take part in the Amazing Race for Hunger, which also raised money for the Root Cellar. To prepare, I once again turned to my camera, hosting summer mini sessions to raise funds for my team. That experience reminded me once again how powerful our community can be when compassion leads the way. I truly believe I was gifted with the talent of being a photographer, and I love using that gift to give back. Photography is my passion, but serving others is what drives me. From a young age, I've always wanted to inspire people, to show them the power of kindness, and to put my heart into everything I do. Beyond photography and fundraising, as mentioned, I'm a grade 2-3 teacher at Ross Glen School. I often say teaching is my personality. It's who I am. My students are always on my mind, and I pour my heart into building relationships with them, helping them feel seen, valued, and cared for every single day. My greatest hope is that they leave my classroom not only with knowledge, but with compassion in their hearts and the confidence to spread kindness in the world. Compassion also guides me outside the classroom and photography. Through my respite work, I've had the privilege of building a special bond with my respite kiddo. That relationship has shown me that compassion isn't just something we extend, it's something that comes back to us in beautiful ways. Our time together is filled with fun, laughter, and joy, and it's taught me so much about patience, kindness, and the importance of simply being present for another person. So tonight, as I accept this award, I want to say thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for believing in me, recognizing the power of compassion in action, and for honoring me with something so meaningful. I'll continue to put my heart and compassion into everything I do, and I hope my efforts inspire others to share kindness and care in their own ways. Thank you.
Thank you, Shay. Our second recipient for an award of service and compassion is Paul Carolan, nominated by Kim Simpson. Paul has a servant's heart, and this is evident in his approach to everything he does. He is dynamic and possesses a great deal of energy. He pursues his personal and professional goals with dedication and continuously expands his knowledge through educational opportunities. His belief in community service and healthy living provides for a well-rounded personal and professional life. Paul has been a driving force behind the operations and leadership of Halo Air Ambulance. He has been responsible for increasing Halo's level of funding in a short period of time, ensuring the continuance of Halo's mission of saving lives. He has also enhanced and expanded community involvement by building positive relationships in southern Alberta. Paul is a strong force in advocating for Halo and the community's interests at all levels of government. He is passionately committed to ensuring that the resources and support are available for our community. Paul has contributed to outreach, education, and skill development for first responders in southern Alberta by developing and facilitating annual training sessions. Paul has volunteered with the Canadian Ski Patrol for 15 years and Search and Rescue for 10 years. In 2019, he received an Award of Merit for his work from the Southeastern Alberta Search and Rescue. In addition to this, Paul has been a U18 volleyball coach for 5 years and Medicine Hat College assistant coach for 10 years, receiving a Lifetime Appreciation Award for his work with Medicine Hat College. For the last 2 years, Paul has served on the Medicine Hat Police Commission, currently serving as chair. Paul Carolan is dedicated to saving lives, including the long-term sustainability of Halo Air Ambulance and its ability to serve the community, making him an excellent candidate for an award of service and compassion. Paul, would you please join Mayor Clark and everyone in the audience? Please give your care and celebration to Paul.
I'm just going to start with thank you. Thank you to Mayor Clark. Thank you, Councillor Knodel, City Council, and to the nominating committee. And thank you to my nominator, Kim Simpson. Kim and I have had a roller coaster of a relationship. Worked very closely together over the last 6 years, but she's always been in my corner. So I'm very grateful for the nomination and the friendship. Mayor Clark talked about none of the people up here, my fellow recipients, as having to do any of this. And when you have an overdeveloped sense of duty, I think that's easy for us all to recognize. But I want to take a moment to recognize the people in my life, because they don't get to make this choice. They don't get to decide missed Christmas dinners and 3 o'clock in the morning search calls and missing phone calls to moms on birthdays. But they support me in everything that I do. This award means the world to me because Medicine Hat has given me so much. And the opportunity to just make a little bit of a difference means everything. Medicine Hat has given me a career that I dream about and love every single day. Medicine Hat has given me friends that I care deeply about. And Medicine Hat has given me my fiance, who I love dearly. I want to thank the Halo family who's with me tonight. They make everything that I do possible. And to everybody in the community, When you have a chance to make a difference, please do so. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Paul. Our next award of service is in the environment category, and our recipient is Marilyn Kuzler for her dedication to horticulture in Medicine Hat. She was nominated by Robin Rosenberger, apologies. Marilyn tirelessly volunteers her time to the Horticultural Association, currently serving as president, including representing Medicine Hat through Alberta Horticulture Association. Marilyn is an experienced asset to this community, having earned a diploma in horticulture from Olds College and worked in the field for decades. She will help anyone that needs help, soil, plants, or advice. At the annual plant sale, everyone relies on Marilyn to identify plants to recommend plant care. She is a true wealth of knowledge when it comes to supporting our environment here in Medicine Hat. She supplies 90% of the plants sold at the annual plant sale, which takes her hours to pot, label, and load. The funds raised from these sales have been used to purchase, for example, raised beds at community gardens and flowers for St. Joseph's Home. When Marilyn sees something that needs to be done with the Horticultural Association or in the community, she looks after it. That might be bringing extra soil to the library's plant swap or countless hours making the Dugan House Heritage Garden look beautiful. As head gardener for this site, for several years, Marilyn planted and tended to the food bank community garden. Marilyn serves as a judge for the Alberta Horticultural Association, traveling to agricultural fairs around the province to till our collective horticultural spirit. Marilyn also has done such a good job of promoting the Horticultural Association's garden tours that folks from Lethbridge come to see our community. She is a wild rose here in Medicine Hat, a symbol of our prairie spirit and all things horticultural. Please put your hands together while we celebrate Marilyn this evening.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Mayor Clark and fellow recipients. The first thing I'd like to do is really thank the two women who nominated me. That was Dr. Robin Rosenberger and Corinne Beach. It was a total surprise and also a very humbling experience to think that some people think that I am doing something special in the field of horticulture. I just do what I do, and I carry on, and that's how it works. And so I feel very privileged to be sitting up here amongst this amazing group of people. I feel that I've always been very, very fortunate to have two passions in my life. The first one was flowers, plants, things that grew. From the time I was tall enough to go out into the yards or into the fields or along the ditches, I would collect flowers and take them home and ask my mom, what is this? And often she couldn't give me the answers, but I still liked to collect and look, and I had a great curiosity. That curiosity and passion has been with me throughout my life as I went back to school and attended Olds College and got my diploma and have continued to work in the field of horticulture. It's part of my soul. My garden is my happy place. People say, oh, you work so hard. And I say, this is what gives me joy in life. My second passion has always been reading. And as soon as I was old enough to read, my mom would say, if you can't find Marilyn, she's probably hiding in a corner with her nose in a book, because that's what I would be doing. And from reading, I just have a passion for learning, and I always hope to pass that on. Throughout my time with the Medicine Hat Horticultural Association, I've had the amazing opportunity to meet and to work and to learn with many, many amazing and dedicated gardeners and also professionals, even scientists. The Medicine Hat Horticultural Association's mandate, or their mission, is to educate and to promote horticultural interests. And to that end, we've had many, many, many amazing local and not so local speakers come to speak at our club meetings. And I have to put a push in for the club now, because our meetings are, you don't have to be a member. You can come and listen and take in these speakers at any time. And I just wanted to acknowledge some of these people that have come and spoke to us. They're local people that live here and that are incredibly gifted and have a lot of expertise. We've had Roxanne Dirksen come. I don't know how many of you are familiar with her. She lives a couple miles out of town, but she grows millions of earthworms. And she's working with residents and farmers and using the compost, vermicompost, to develop healthy soils. She's trying to improve our soils so we have better food, so we live more healthily. We've had Brent Smith from the college. He's a professor there. He has a philosophy about permaculture, which is growing things sustainably, saving water. We've had the privilege of, he not only preaches it, but he lives it. And we've had the privilege of attending or touring his yard during our garden tour and seeing how he practices the things of gathering rainwater and doing layered plantings and harvesting all kinds of food from his own garden. We've also had Jason First from the city, who is the lead hand at the compost, the SureGrow compost in the city. And it's just been wonderful this year because Jason has donated, or the city's compost group has donated compost several times this year to help our gardens grow better. We've had Jeff Quinlan, who is the city's head arborist, come and talk to us about the trees. We've also had a local garlic grower. We've had a local tree farmer. We have all these amazing people with all these incredible skills and talents all within our community. One of my favorites, one of our presenters was Allison Campbell, and she came and she spoke about micro-remediation of biosolids. Isn't that a mouthful? But in simple terms, she's studying mushrooms and fungi and discovering how they actually, what's the word I'm going to say? Reduce or eliminate toxic waste that is in our compost. There's miles of compost out at the city's facility, but it doesn't pass the stringent tests needed to be pure enough to use in our gardens. So she's studying fungi to find out if they can be a source and an answer to do that. Our Horticulture Association also supports different groups. I believe Allison mentioned that we have supported the community gardens there in an effort to help people raise and grow their own food and be food sufficient. We also support the Elm Street School. They have a garden club program, and this is for young ones, grades 1 through 4, maybe 6. And they're going to be our next generations of gardeners and environmentalists, and they're learning about soil and plants and insects and how to grow things. So these are just some of the physical ways that I hope I try to encourage and get people to be interested in horticulture in our environment and in our life. For me, this is about what the ward is all about. It's the sharing of our passions. It's the sharing of our knowledge. It's spreading the word to everyone about taking care of our soils. We have to start with our soils, and taking care of the soil leads to healthy plants, it leads to insects, healthy insect life, healthy birds, healthy animals, and a healthier planet for all of us to live in. So thank you very much. I feel very honored to be up here with this wonderful group of recipients. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Marilyn. Our next award of service is in the sports and recreation category, and our recipient is Glenn Morey. Glenn was nominated by Jarrett Giesbrecht. Glenn's dedication to the sport of swimming and the development of kids in Medicine Hat is exceptional, namely through the Manta Rays Summer Swim Club and the Alberta Marlins Aquatic Club. Glenn founded the Manta Rays Club in 2019 with 2 others in response to the lack of summer swimming opportunities for developmental competitive swimming in Medicine Hat. This club is a place for kids who are not yet ready for full-time swimming or who play winter sports but want to swim during the summer. Annually, the club has about 60 to 80 kids learning the basics of competitive swimming and provides employment for several teens and young adults as coaches. Glenn is the heart and soul of the Manta Rays. As president, he organizes fundraising, runs casinos, applies for grants, and helps recruit and introduce new families to the sport. At swim meets throughout the Southeast region, he serves as meet manager, starter, timer, and stroke and turn judge, and has served as the representative to the Provincial Swim Association. In 2023, he received the Region F. Ivor Goudreau Service Award for his contributions to summer swimming in the region. Glenn is a volunteer coach several times a week for the Manta Rays during the summer season and a year-round coach for the Alberta Marlins Aquatic Club. This is where his passion really shines through. He is wonderful with kids of all ages, engaging and upbeat with the younger athletes while providing the older ones with the motivation and technical expertise they need. Glenn is a pleasure to work with. I can say that's true as I work with him at the school, and brings an energetic, positive, and upbeat attitude to everything he does. He consistently encourages others to participate and contribute, creating a stronger and more connected swimming community. He is a role model for the young athletes and coaches, inspires them all to be more involved and contributing members of our community. Glenn has used his forward-thinking skills to build a community of coaches by facilitating and funding coaches' training for Medicine Hat youth who have an interest in this role. He has brought in coach instructors to Medicine Hat from other parts of the province to provide specialized training to high school students to prepare them as coaches for both the summer and winter clubs. He has also encouraged young teens to volunteer in the clubs and receive mentorship as preparation for the coaching training they will receive. By doing so, he has built confidence in our youth and provided them with employment as skilled coaches. In addition to swimming, Glenn has been instrumental in building communities where he has coached both track and field at Medicine Hat High School and cross country since 2008. Due to his diligence and unwavering commitment to athletics, the track and field team has been the recipient of numerous provincial championships. Glenn is a dedicated coach and teacher who consistently inspires both his students and his athletes to achieve the best of their ability. Glenn has coordinated and led a unique student exchange program to Japan for many years, where several Japanese youth come to Alberta to experience the culture, followed by Glenn and his wife, Tanya, taking a group of high school students to Japan for part of the summer. Glenn's unwavering dedication, tireless efforts, and genuine passion make him the most deserving recipient of Community Spirit Award. He is one of the people that makes you shake your head in admiration for how he manages to fit it all in. His contributions have made a lasting impact and positive change on the kids he has coached, as well as Medicine Hat on the whole. And we're fortunate to have him as a member of our community. Please put your hands together for Glenn Morey.
This is like Hollywood, eh? Yeah, thank you so much. I'll start with the thank yous, just of the other recipients. Hearing these stories, I don't know, it's humbling to be up here. So thank you, Jared, for allowing me to be awkward up here. It's kind of like wearing a Speedo in public or something, I don't know. I think that'd be easier. You know, I just think it's pretty amazing, like all the positivity that we're seeing tonight, because sometimes, yeah, it is, there's a lot of negativity out there. So I do appreciate hearing everything. I know some of these speeches resonate with me for sure. You know, I obviously, my wonderful wife who's so supportive, and my kids aren't here because they're being raised by the community, and just like everybody else is pitching in. So it's fantastic. But I look at all the details tonight, you know, just even the simple things like I don't even know what I'm wearing, and then I find out I'm sitting behind like the encyclopedia of horticulture, and I could have just asked her, like, what's on my shirt here? You know? So embarrassing. Who knew? But I would like to say thank you to the wonderful people of the Medicine Hat Manta Race. I know it's my name's on the plaque there, but it is a team award. So thank you, Jared, for putting me up here, as awkward as it is. Thank you to AMAC, and we also have like another wonderful club out there, the Waves. And our swimming community is just it's wonderful. It's amazing. And if it wasn't for that community at the pool deck, I probably wouldn't be here. And yeah, just the ability to be up here and shine a light on our swimming community is amazing, because it's wonderful for our kids. It's a lifelong skill. If you look at who's still swimming, just check it out in the morning and you'll see some amazing people that are paddling along and they're 70, 80 years old. So hopefully we can instill that in our youth and that excitement for sport. And I do appreciate that you're all out here on a Blue Jays game too. Congratulations. So thank you so much. This is incredible. I am very appreciative to be here, and the people that did help start the club, Nikki, Blair, Ashley, who's on the East Coast now, and the people that are facilitating this club now that don't necessarily have the accolades or the ability to be up here on stage with me. So Jared, the Johansson family, the Griggett family, the Johnson family, thank you for all your sacrifices. So thank you.
Thank you, Glenn, and I promise you're not the only one that feels awkward up here. Just saying. The Changemaker Award of Excellence is reserved for an individual, organization, or business who has made a significant contribution to enhancing the quality of life in Medicine Hat over the past 5 years through innovation, advocacy, or leadership in social, economic, or urban development. And that wasn't even a run-on sentence. This evening, that honor goes to the Medicine Hat Skateboard Association, nominated by Aaron Nelson. Sam Larson, President of the Skateboard Association, Medicine Hat Skateboard Association, will be accepting the award tonight, though many from the association are in the audience tonight. Since its founding in 2004, MHSA has evolved from a group advocating for skateboarding infrastructure into a dynamic and innovative organization, driving social, economic, and urban transformation across Medicine Hat and beyond. Over the past 5 years, MHSA has repeatedly demonstrated leadership far outside its core mission. Their work in humanitarian outreach, local volunteerism, infrastructure development, and inclusive programming exemplifies the spirit of the Changemaker Award, creating meaningful, lasting contributions that enhance quality of life through advocacy, innovation, and leadership. MHSA's commitment to positive social change and development is exceptional. In 2022, the group launched the End Period Poverty campaign in partnership with the Root Cellar, raising over $6,000 in its first year, and an impressive $18,000 in 2023, a response to the staggering $3,000 a month community need. This bold youth-led initiative not only addressed the critical gap in equity, but inspired city-wide involvement and dialogue. MHSA also co-hosts the annual Canada Day Festival at King Cooley Park, a free multicultural celebration that now draws 5,000 to 10,000 attendees each year. From ethnic food vendors to live music and a citizenship ceremony, this event showcases the association's commitment to building a more inclusive and vibrant city. The group has secured support from Heritage Canada, the City of Medicine Hat, and the local business community. Internationally, MHSA has organized 4 humanitarian trips to Ensenada, Mexico, and 1 to Nigeria, engaging over 40 youth on each journey. Their projects have included home building, renovating schools, constructing accessibility ramps, and drilling water wells, efforts recognized nationally by CBC for their compassion and scope. Locally, MHSA youth routinely lead community cleanups, school presentations, bottle drives, and fundraising for causes such as the Women's Shelter, Big Brothers Big Sisters, and Ronald McDonald House. These consistent efforts have instilled a lasting culture of civic responsibility among Medicine Hat youth. MHSA has driven economic development through their signature event, Beat the Heat skateboard competition. Beat the Heat, let's do it. Beat the Heat has become Canada's largest amateur skateboard contest, drawing over 100 competitors and 1,000 spectators annually. The 2024 event introduced gender parity in prize money, offering $5,000 each for both male and female competitors, a significant step towards equity in sport. MHSA's partnerships with major industry players, including Element Skateboards and Olympian Cordano Russell, have created aspirational pathways for local youth while boosting Medicine Hat's national and international visibility. Viral videos of Beat the Heat events have surpassed 1 million views, showcasing the city's creative energy on a global stage. In terms their impact on local urban development, MHSA raised $650,000 for the expansion of the Kinsman Skate Plaza, a testament to their collaborative approach with all levels of government, nonprofits, and business. Additional projects include the new skate spots at Sammis Rotary Park and near McCoy High School, plus consultation on Redcliffe's skate park development. These spaces offer safe, inclusive recreational hubs that offer and foster community well-being. During winter months, MHSA operates Bay 3, an indoor skate park created in partnership with Tim Hortons. Bay 3 hosts Skate School, which are lessons that engage over 50 children supported by over 20 teen volunteers each session, building confidence, community, and resilience among youth. Perhaps MHSA's most symbolic achievement came in 2022 when their advocacy led to the repeal of the Medicine Hat's downtown skateboarding ban, a bylaw enacted the same year MHSA was formed. This landmark change reflects a broader transformation from a group that was once stigmatized to one now celebrated as a trusted civic leader. MHSA empowers young people to lead, to teach, to speak, to volunteer, and to build. Their story is not just one of growth, it's a blueprint for how community organizations can build the next generation of compassionate, engaged leaders. In a time when traditional service clubs are experiencing a significant decline in membership, the MHSA offers a new, youth-driven model for volunteerism and community impact. Through initiatives like Skate School, humanitarian trips, and local advocacy projects, young people are not only involved, they are at the forefront. This approach reflects a shift towards high-value, low-commitment engagement, opportunities that allow individuals to make meaningful contributions without the long-term formal obligations of legacy volunteer models. MHSA's structure meets young people where they are: flexible, mission-driven, activity-oriented, and inclusive, illustrating that the future of community service lies in dynamic, peer-led, action-oriented experiences. The Medicine Hat Skateboard Association has proven that true change happens when people come together with purpose. Their work has shaped the urban fabric of our city, elevated our collective spirit, and created real, measurable improvements to the quality of life in Medicine Hat. For their relentless commitment to innovation, advocacy, and leadership, Medicine Hat Skateboard Association is the deserving recipient of the 2025 Changemaker Award. Sam, please join Mayor Clark at center stage while we celebrate your group.
Okay. So I have this big thing here, just like everyone else, but you just heard everything I was going to say a lot better than I was going to say it. So everyone that's here that knows me knows I don't like this. I don't like being up here. I'm doing this because I love the Skateboard Association. Also, I'm a crier, so be prepared for just a pause. Truthfully, everything in here was just said, so I'm not even going to say this at all. I'm just going to wing it a little bit. There's a lot of people here from our team that are the most amazing people I ever met. So I just want to thank all of you guys for doing everything that you do and making it possible for me to be part of the Skateboard Association and be a big part of our community. I don't know how many people here are not part of a group, but like to be part of a group like the group that I am part of is incredible. Every time I leave the skate park, every one of these kids says, "I love you." And it's like, it's actually crazy. So I love all of you. I love all of you like with all of my heart. And I'm proud to be part of your group. I'm proud to accept this award for you because I'm literally a minuscule thing that everyone else does and I get the credit for a lot of time. I don't really know what else to say other than thank you. Thank you to everyone that supports us. Thank you to all of our sponsors. You know, there's a lot of you here as well that really help us because without you, we can't do this kind of stuff. With that being said, we are doing a bottle drive this Monday. For real, we're doing a bottle drive this Monday. We're raising money for the Health Foundation at the hospital. So there'll be a bottle truck at the skate park from noon till 10 p.m. If you want to drop them off or you can hit me up, I'll come pick them up. It's not a problem. One other thing, speaking about bottle drives, and speaking about like volunteer work and change makers, the first volunteer work that the MHSA did was a bottle drive to raise money for the Esplanade. There's a few seats here with Medicine Hat Skateboard Association plaques on them, just so everyone knows. Yeah, anyways, I'm grateful to be part of this. Like I said, a very small part of it. I'm grateful to have a team like you guys that I do. People like, we were just shouting out council members, so I'm gonna shout out my homie Stu right here. Votes too young for city council. Stu is a change maker. Stu has been part of the Skateboard Association since day one. He's a part of my life. I love you. Vote Stu. Terrence, Dave, you talked about Terrence earlier. Terrence is on another level. Yeah. And Larissa as well. But meeting Terrence is one of the best things that ever happened to me. And I know, like, for our whole association, without Terrence, it doesn't happen, period. There's literally zero. So shout out to Terrence, shout out to Larissa, shout out to all my homies. I just want to shout out Mayor Clark, because you are one of my homies, and I remember being at a council meeting and you looked at the camera, you said, shout out to the homies on the live stream. So shout out to the homies on the live stream. Yeah, and one more thing. Thank you to all the parents, including my mother, who's over there, who bought skateboards for kids. Whew. I'm like a wreck, always. Keep buying skateboards for your kids. Keep on supporting them no matter what they want to do, because it's a good thing, you know. Stay active. Love you all.
Thank you, Sam. Being that that was a group award, if you are part of the Medicine Hat Skateboard Association, would you please rise or give a wave, whatever you're comfortable with? Let's just see who's here so we can give you a clap. Doesn't happen without all of you. Truly, what a joy to be on this stage with all of these people. As Glenn said, the world is heavy, and this feels really, really light and really, really refreshing. So thank you to all of you. Okay, this is the last award of the evening, which is kind of sad. I don't want it to end. The Heart of Medicine Hat Award of Excellence is reserved for an individual, organization, or business who, outside of their core business, has made a major contribution to enhance the quality of life in Medicine Hat in a variety of areas for at least 15 years. This evening, that person is Laverne Noble, nominated by Marvella Carr. Laverne exemplifies what it means to be a civic-minded individual and has helped to significantly enrich the quality of life for young and old across our region. Whether serving on local boards and committees, organizing community events, mentoring others, sharing knowledge through intergenerational learning opportunities, or by simply being the first to raise a hand when help is needed, Laverne consistently demonstrates a spirit of generosity and civic responsibility that is truly exceptional. Laverne learned the game of bridge from her grandparents and parents who were avid players. For those who don't know the game, bridge is an intricate game that necessitates both memory and concentration and offers significant cognitive benefits. She always loved the game, but had very little time to play as she spent 39 years teaching, raising a family, and working with her husband on the farm. After retiring from a satisfying and successful career as a school teacher and administrator, Laverne relocated to Medicine Hat in the year 2000 with her husband, and she finally had time to play bridge. Laverne's interest in bridge resulted in significant involvement with the seniors community in Medicine Hat. The Viner Center was home to an active and welcoming duplicate bridge club. The members of the club found a bridge partner for Laverne so she could play the game she loved in her new home. Noticing that the number of bridge players were beginning to dwindle, Laverne took action. Seeing the need for beginner bridge lessons, Laverne called upon her teaching skills to offer beginner bridge classes to anyone that was interested. These classes began in 2007, and today there are over 100 bridge players in Medicine Hat. Many are in the audience tonight. Not only do we skate here, we play bridge, we dance with our pens. I love it. Her dedication is evident in the hundreds of individuals that she has introduced to the game, including not only adults, but also high school and elementary students. Her passion for teaching has not only sustained the club, but also helped foster a love of the game in the next generation. She worked with the community to sponsor a group of high school youth, including 2 exchange students, to learn bridge along with adults who are also taking the course from Laverne. Believing in the potential of youth, she was happy to encourage and include them, hoping to increase their confidence and broaden their learning. In addition to her teaching, Laverne has served as president of the club for 11 years and studied to become a director. She goes above and beyond in her role, taking the time to mentor and educate new directors to ensure the future of the club remains strong and well supported. Her leadership has helped maintain the club's high standards of play and sportsmanship. During COVID-19, she made a deep dive into technology to ensure others could continue to play bridge and remain connected to one another. And before the new Viner Center opened, Laverne opened her home to teach bridge and ensure the continuation of the game. Laverne is also the driving force behind many of events. She plans and executes tournaments with remarkable precision and care, and she can always be found organizing, setting up, and taking down equipment to ensure everything runs smoothly. Her forward-thinking approach has modernized the Duplicate Bridge Club. She has instituted the use of up-to-date practices, equipment, and technology, helping to streamline operations and enhance the experience for all participants. Perhaps most importantly, Laverne is a natural ambassador for bridge, consistently and continuously recruiting new players and creating an inclusive, welcoming environment that brings people together through a shared love of the game. Laverne has become a regular at the Viner Center through her committee work by being bridge master extraordinaire, or by welcoming new folks to the center. She played a pivotal role in its redevelopment, or as she says, the phoenix-like reinvention of the Viner Center. After the 2013 flood that left the building severely damaged. As co-chair of the building committee for 3 years, she worked diligently to have the new facility be a welcoming and supportive environment for seniors with a focus on accessible multi-use spaces. She organized and led meetings, helped facilitate engagement activities, and made presentations. Her efforts have helped transform the Viner Center into a vital resource for our community. Laverne's clear vision and strong voice are a testament to the wonderful renovated Viner Center that we see today. If you haven't had a tour, please go check it out. It's beautiful. Laverne has been a tireless advocate for seniors, serving for many years on the city's Senior Citizens Advisory Committee as member and as chair. The Senior Citizens Advisory Committee's mandate was to promote the well-being of older persons in our community, including providing advice and recommendations to City Council. She also sat on the city's Social Development Advisory Board, bringing seniors' issues and concerns to a broader audience. One of those issues brought to City Council's attention for action was the prevalence of elder abuse in our community and the need for advocacy to the provincial level for resources and supports. Laverne's leadership and commitment has been instrumental in bringing attention to a variety of seniors' issues and ensuring that seniors in the community can live vibrant and fulfilling lives. She currently sits on the Senior Citizens Advisory Committee Foundation, where she continues to champion the needs of seniors through funding distribution. Laverne was quick to identify the need for policy/procedure manual for the SCAF, which is the Senior Citizens Advisory Committee, and went ahead to create a working group. Outdated bylaws were also revised, clarifying the role of the SCAF and its functioning within the Medicine Hat community. One of Laverne's most recent accomplishments includes championing a pilot project called Oasis in her community of Meadowlark and Encore. This work is implementing an innovative aging in place model at the neighborhood level to assist older adults to remain in their homes in the community for longer. This initiative has not only addressed the critical need of access to supports and resources, but has also brought together community members and fostered a stronger sense of community and connection. Laverne believes that it's the business of life that is a lot easier if we do it with other people. It often seems that she has the pulse on the community at her fingertips. Laverne does her research, studies the community, is persistent, and does not give up on behalf of others. Beyond her visible efforts, Laverne leads by example, inspiring others through quiet acts of kindness, reliable commitment, and an unwavering belief of the power of community. She is selfless in the volunteer hours and dedication she has given to support seniors and youth in this community. Laverne has a very caring heart, generously donated her time and her financial resources to help others, and to make a difference, develop a legacy, and in every sense, Laverne represents the very best in our community. She's an individual whose contributions deserve recognition not only for their scale, but for their heart, humanity, and dedication they reflect. Laverne, would you please join Mayor Clark? And can we all celebrate Laverne for her award tonight? Congratulations. Would you like me to stand with you?
Pardon me?
Would you like
No,
me to?
I'm okay
You're
now.
okay?
I've just sat too long.
Okay.
Thank you. You know, I think, am I here? I think it was really wonderful that there was an award for the youth, and then there's an award for what I represent. It seems to me we're kind of the bookends of the citizens of Medicine Hat. I have, you know, all of this, but have faith because I don't see very well anymore, so it's all in large print. And besides that, she said everything I had to say, so what am I going to do now? But I do want to tell you, I'm looking at this, the heart of Medicine Hat. So I've been struggling ever since I knew about this, trying to think of just the right words to tell you how honored I am to receive this award for the heart of Medicine Hat. I love this city. I loved it ever since we moved here 25 years ago. You know, Canada's the best country to live in, and Alberta's the best province to live in, and then there's Medicine Hat. Thank you, because I thought I was going to have to say that twice and give you orders to clap, but I really am pleased that you just naturally did. Anyway, Medicine Hat is just, it's a great place, and it says here I'm the heart of Medicine Hat. I can hardly believe that. Anyway, friendly people here. It's a beautiful oasis in a semi-desert, beautiful right now with all of the fall trees, a great climate. And soon after I moved here, I discovered something else marvelous about this city, and that was a very active and well-organized senior center. And that was wonderful for me because there were all kinds of interesting things going on there, and I discovered that there was a bridge club there, and that was pretty important to me. The Bridge Club, of course, as was suggested, meant a lot to me. And so the senior center that housed it was very important to me. And I did hear when I moved here that the senior center had managed to survive a couple of floods over the years. But then the 2013 club that damaged so much of this beautiful city came along, and it just absolutely wiped out our senior center. It was gone. There was nothing left of it but a drowned out shell. And I, as was mentioned, I was the member of a great organization, the Senior Citizens Advisory Club, not club, committee. That was a committee struck by the City Council. And I'm going to take this opportunity to say that committee no longer exists. I just mentioned that to you, Mayor. It was a very important committee because it spoke for the seniors of Medicine Hat. Mayor? So because I was a member of that committee was finally invited to participate in maybe a rebuild of the senior center. And I was in the right place at the right time, and so I got to be a co-chairman on that committee. It was a fairly long struggle, took us 3 years, but the members of that committee never wavered, and in the end, we got the Viner Center. And as was said earlier, if you have not been there, that's a job for you tomorrow. Go and have a look at that place. It's wonderful. It probably is the heart of Medicine Hat. In any case, I feel tonight that I'm accepting this award really on behalf of that committee, because all of the members of that committee worked hard over that time. We planned together. We worked with people from the administration of Medicine Hat, and then with an architect. It was a joy. It was a joy to do it. And as a matter of fact, I just want to say this to all of you. You know, all of these fine words that were said about me, it sounds like I've just been giving and giving and giving, but really that's not true at all. I've been receiving and receiving and receiving. And then there's the bridge. It is true that I do teach the bridge. Sounds like giving again, doesn't it? But in fact, again, so much receiving. All of the wonderful people that I've met, a like-minded community group that I get to spend a lot of time with. We play bridge 5 times a week. I get to spend time with a like-minded group. It's just total receiving. And then it was mentioned that I decided to teach bridge. So then I got to teach, because I love teaching. And I'll tell you why. A captive audience. I get to tell my stories. And I do have stories. And I can't really see you out there, all of you bridge people and all of my family that's out there. But I know you're rolling your eyes right now. And we'll talk about that later. So really, all of this that sounds like I've just been giving, I've been gaining and gaining and gaining. And now I'm a member of a new little committee where we are looking at ways to make it possible for seniors like myself to stay in our homes as long as we possibly can. I'm very excited about this committee. We've just started. It's in its infancy. But we're working on this, so please stay tuned, because I'm very excited about what we may be able to do with this committee. So I'd just like to finish tonight, because even the large print, I'm getting near the end. I'd like to say to you that the bridge game seems like not very important, but playing games is very important. It seems like as human beings, we have a need to compete. And you know, we have a civic election going on right now. 39 people competing for city council and 6 for mayor. I think that proves my point. And many of the things I've heard up here tonight also talk about games, because I want to tell you something. We don't quit playing because we grow old. We grow old because we quit playing. So now it comes time for me to say thank you to a few people. First, I'd like to say thank you to my family. I do some crazy things, but my family always backs me up. They never say to me, Mom, Grandma, don't you think it's time to quit? Well, no, it's not time to quit. So thank you very much to my family. Quite a few of them are out here tonight. Most of them are here tonight. And they'll see that I get home safely. I'd like to thank the people that nominated me. Marvella, where are you, Marvella? I can't see you from here, those lights. I'd like to thank all of the people that wrote letters to back up my nomination. I heard some of their comments in my introduction. I'd like to thank the selection committee for selecting me. I'm overwhelmed by this, I really am. And I'd like to thank all of the city councilors that have operated in our city to make this city the grand city that it is. Our senior center that we were talked about earlier has a special anniversary this year. It's 50 years old. That's the senior center where the famous mayor, Harry Viner, gave the land for that senior center, so it seems an appropriate year to be talking about it. So thank you all for being here. This is a grand thing tonight. I'm going to treasure this. Thank you.
Excellent speech.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Laverne. All right, that concludes the awards portion of our evening. Tonight,
I forgot to do one thing, and all my bridge players are out there, and they expect this of me. If there's anybody out there that would like to learn to play bridge,
how do they find you?
my lessons are at the Viner Center, 3:30 to 5 every Wednesday.
For those of you that didn't hear, her lessons are every Wednesday from 3:30 to 5?
3:30 to 5.
3:30 to 5 every Wednesday.
I'll find time for you.
Okay. Tonight's event is a great illustration of the outstanding community members that give themselves to better our lives here in Medicine Hat. City Council is so pleased to be able to provide the opportunity for our community to recognize these outstanding recipients. Our city is so much better with all of you in it. Thank you to everyone for attending this evening's celebration. Before we close for the evening, I'd like to quickly thank the services involved in making this night special for our recipients and our audience. Rob Cowan on the bagpipes. Maybe we'll just wait till the end to clap. Randy Fury, who was singing O Canada earlier. Grand Rental Station. Fresh Flowers and Gifts. Zenith Engraving and Design. Shooting Star Events. And the Esplanade and our City of Medicine Hat staff. We invite you to stay and enjoy the reception we have planned in the lobby. The Esplanade Bar in the main lobby will remain open until 10 p.m. There's a cash bar with complimentary coffee available. Additionally, you may enjoy complimentary hors d'oeuvres catered by Shooting Star Events. Before guests file out of the theater, I will ask the current award recipients and their nominators, as well as Mayor Clark, to remain in the theater for some photos. Thank you, everyone, for coming tonight. Your participation in the lives of these individuals is greatly appreciated. Have a wonderful evening.